Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Hurrdat Media Network.
We're Pat and JT, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, we are live on Instagram as well. I have to mute behind me, otherwise we'll get echoes.
Good job. Good job. Good morning. Oh my gosh. Here we are getting ready to roll into Christmas. Got all the Christmas shopping done.
Oh yeah. Beth just finished wrapping stuff this morning. She gets stuff. I mean, she buys stuff in June. Like it's crazy. She's so organized about that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty much, I'm certain it's all done.
So a lot of people still doing some shopping. There's still time. You got today and tomorrow, maybe a little bit on Sunday. Although I am noticing and a lot of places closing up on Sunday, either closing on Sunday or closing early on Sunday and being closed on Monday.
Yeah.
For Christmas Day. Restaurants, there's a couple restaurants that also put out they're going to be open on Christmas Day. I think, yeah, that I hadn't seen before. So if you're looking for a place to go eat, that's always been a struggle, especially if it's, a smaller gathering or for whatever reason, the dog's got your turkey. I love that movie. Or whatever happens, like trying to find a place to go eat. But yeah, a lot of the grocery stores are going to be closed on Christmas Day. So make sure you grab your cranberries.
If you want to say anything that came out of the pandemic and COVID, whatever, on a positive note, it was that. I think all the stores and shopping, everybody just kind of took a breath and realized we don't need to have people rushing front doors at 1 o'clock in the morning to buy TVs, and we don't need to be open all day on Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's like it was getting to a point where it was getting crazy. So now I like that stores are closed on those holidays.
I like it especially for the people that work there.
Yeah.
It's hard to, radio wise and no sob story at all, but it's like if you're low man on the totem pole, you just work Thanksgiving and Christmas. That was just all there was to it. Because there was no automation back in the old days. There was, it wasn't like you could just flip a switch and it ran itself and it could take care of it. So you had to be there to do it. So somebody had to be there. But then, you know what the good side of that is that all the people felt bad for you. And so people kept bringing you plates of food.
Yeah. That was actually nice.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of high school and being young back in the day, I guess actually I see the high school is in the title, but being back in the day, I saw a story, Taylor Swift's, finally we see a story about her previous life. The people that went to school with her, right? Because in my world, she never went to school.
She's a robot. She was made at age
constantly performing like from the age of 5 or something. But apparently she did go to high school. And somebody's causing some waves out there because there are a few students former students, I guess I should say, that are speaking out now that have been tracked down by some Snoopy reporter somewhere. But actually, I think she did a TikTok. And that's how it got picked up. But basically telling everybody that, we went to high school with her and everybody hated her. I'm like, wow, pretty rough.
Did she say like why they hated her? Was she mean? What?
It just says
that right there is a very high school thing to say. Like everybody here. Okay.
But do you remember? I mean, I don't remember. Like I remember there were some people in school everybody liked. There were some people in school that nobody liked. And I can't tell you why on either end.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I could tell, I mean, you could kind of, if somebody's like either really super standoffish or shy, I could see people would think that they're a B or and they just don't want, you're rude, you're awful, so I could see that. So then when they get older and they get like actual social skills, then they realize that they're not a jerk. Yeah. So that's not her though.
I don't think so. Yeah. It says here, Swift, mostly the bad feelings really started to come up when she first started becoming super successful. She says, now keep in mind, these are people she was in school with. She says, how did she say? I think I was, what did I say? 8th grade. And she was a junior or something like that at the time. Yeah. This was in 200006, folks.
How many juniors and 8th graders hung out and even knew each other closely? I mean, juniors in 8th grade, that's not.
She says, I was a freshman. She was a junior.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a little
They'd
bit.
probably be in the same building now. But I don't know where she went to school, but that was in 2006. But she says, here's the thing you got to remember. This isn't just like random people. She was leaving high school to pursue a career, but the guys that she was writing the songs about, they were still in school. So she
weird.
left to go be famous with songs that were about people she went to school with. And so they have this hit song about talking about what a crappy boyfriend they were. And the people in the school knew who she was talking about.
That's funny.
Everybody else just sees it as anonymous. That it was just about some rando boy because she was, 16 years old. What does she know? But she apparently took to writing like it was like having these relationships so she could have something to write about, type thing. So
which
Cool.
tracks today.
So now, you've put yourself in the role of a 16-year-old boy, and now it's all out there for the world to see what an idiot you were. And she's making fun of you and making tons of money off of you.
Yeah, that would kind of bite a little bit.
That would burn.
Yeah,
that would burn for a minute.
A little bit, especially at that age.
So she probably wasn't the most popular girl when she left, in particular, not because she was being famous, but because of the people in high school, what she said about them.
So now
in her songs,
if I was those guys or that guy or whatever, and it's present day, I hope they're still not in a twist about it. So I would take it. I would do a TikTok and I would do part 2 of that song and write his side of the story to those words and just like a parody song, but his side of the story. Like, hey, I'm the guy whose this song is about, and write it. I think that would be hilarious.
Which would be kind of funny. It would. Yeah. Be. But then she would probably say, well, it's only famous now because of me.
Yeah, like, that's 100%.
Right. She could still completely own the song. Because, well, if I hadn't been famous, she wouldn't have wrote the song.
Like, right.
My light's going out for some reason. It's not, I don't have a candle, I swear. The light over my head is slowly dimming. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it did go on. It says, despite what some people had to say, the entire senior class, their senior year, did get invited to the CMA Awards in 2009. But she said, and then goes on to resolve this. She says it was simply part of her being kind of petty. Said that she invited us to the CMAs basically to say, screw you. And we deserved it. So touche. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So it was like, my God.
That's a flex of all flexes right there.
It's like, why even bother having them all come to?
Because you're still 18 and you care.
Even though you have 6 houses already and 14 gold records, right?
But you still care.
Exactly. Christina says, it's especially a high school thing to say when you know your video will get a lot of traction. If you say that about the biggest pop star in the world. It is true. It's just, this is the first time I've seen anybody from her school put anything out. It's been 20 years, almost 17, 16, but still I haven't seen anything from any of her schoolmates. It's weird. A lot of people that get famous, you don't ever hear from the people they knew before. It seems like
usually you don't.
Yeah.
Huh. Now if somebody is a serial killer, then everybody comes out of the woodwork.
He was such a nice guy.
Yeah, he just didn't see it coming. He just kept to himself.
He was such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see here. What else happened? Oh, this week I actually turned on regular television.
Yeah.
I never do that. Never flip the switch from my source and flip over to the antenna to see what's going on regular TV. And I did it, and it was all Christmas shows. So I think the thing that got me to do is people were posting clips of Barry Manilow and his Very Berry Christmas, which, by the way, I got to say, he's had work done, but he looks good. He's 80 years old. Sounds amazing. And his show was going on, and I couldn't find it. And instead I found, I think there was a country Christmas CMA type Christmas or at the Opry.
Yeah. So that.
And there was one other Christmas show that was on. I can't remember what that was. And then I flip over and Survivor.
I haven't watched Survivor since we were on the, it's been like 10 years.
We've been off 5 years.
Yeah.
It's been decades.
I don't even think I watched it. It seems like decades. I don't think I even watched it then though. Like I didn't watch it. I wasn't a religious Survivor watcher.
Right. Besides, I think maybe for a few years in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I did watch it because I kind of knew some of the characters. Yeah. You know what I mean? You were invested. And now it's just like, I don't have any idea what's going on. And I turn on and I didn't recognize Jeff Probst. Well, we're in season 45. He's got a few more gray hairs.
Yeah. He's still looking Probsty though. He looks good, but
he does look good, but it was like, dang, I haven't turned this on for a while. So hello,
Well,
Jeff Probst.
I haven't tuned in, but I've seen like whatever commercials for it. And what I noticed this a couple weeks ago when I saw the first one, I noticed the shots aren't as tight on Jeff as they used to be. I know it's like, hey, Jeff Probst is yelling from the corner over there.
Back over here. He's
Yeah.
like, guys, he's a little better. Like it's a little dimmer, a little more shadows.
Yeah. He's now on a 720p webcam instead of a 4K cinema black magic.
But it literally was Tribal Council, I believe, was Survivor 45. And I don't know any of these players, obviously. I haven't even seen anything about it in the news, right? Anywhere. Had no idea. So that was kind of fun, though, to flip that on. And it was like, oh my God, that's just like, take me back. It was like turn on the way back machine or something. And I'm watching, there's Christmas show on one channel and Jeff Probst on the other. I'm like, wow. I haven't seen any of this. So that was good. And what else here? Oh, the funny story that I found. Maury Povich in the news.
Why on earth?
He's looking for the baby daddy. He's doing a paternity test for a zoo in Denver.
Oh, that's awesome. If the zoo contacted him to do that, that's genius.
The paternity of a baby orangutan born at the zoo was a mystery. So they went to the paternity test expert, Maury Povich.
Oh, that's funny.
So it was unclear if the father was the 30-year-old orangutan or the 16-year-old Jaya, or the other was Barani, right? So Monday, the zoo revealed they were settling the debate. And so the post that they put up on X, it says, DNA results are in. We're delighted to share. We know who Siska's father is, a little baby. Stay tuned tomorrow for the special announcement. Extra special guest will be on to make the announcement. And that's where Maury stepped in. That's is hilarious. Funny. And they have a video of him in a tuxedo. And I don't know, you probably can't hear it. Oh, I wish I'd grabbed this before because I didn't even realize they did include the post. But regardless, it's him in a tuxedo and he's in front of a mirror and somebody's videoing him and he's pulling out the envelope and got the manila envelope with the results to read the results. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
I hope he got paid for that.
I'm sure he did. But although he could have done that for free. If somebody came, like if I was Maury and somebody came to me with that idea, I'd be like, yeah. I'm there all day. You pay my airfare and I'm coming.
So he doesn't get a lot of calls these days. So it's hard to say, but never know. Gets him back into the news cycle. So
yeah. Yeah.
Allie, I see, is heading to Omaha today. I just saw her post up here. Heading to Omaha. Can you feel the excitement in your bones?
Yes. I thought I could. I knew a front was coming in. I just didn't know what. Now I know it's a Allie front.
Weird to have it coming in from the east, southeast. Well, almost straight east, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. This time of year. That's cool. That's good. Well, good deal. I wish we're not going to be doing a show on Monday.
Right.
But we will be on Tuesday. So drop us a line, Allie, if you're going to be around.
Yeah. Come hang.
Maybe you can pop in.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Cool. So yeah. So any shopping wise, you said there was a show or there's a special that's going to be on about local, like if you wanted to buy only things made in America.
There was actually randomly, I'm a wheel watcher now. So Beth and I were fixing to get ready to watch Wheel of Fortune. And we had stumbled across I never watched the news on TV ever. And it was just on the last few minutes of David Muir on NBC or ABC, sorry. And he did a segment called Made in America Christmas. And so we were just watching it. And there was a store from Omaha called, and you'll remember this name, The Cordial Cherry, where they talked about this local, and it was on Oprah's Favorite Things one year. And of course, it was fairly new business at that time. And then now it's been around for, it says 13 years.
13 years, shop's a legacy.
Yeah. And I remember when they opened and when they were on Oprah, and we did an endorsement for them for like 3 months or so. And it was delicious. They are.
I was going to say it was the most delicious endorsement ever. Or one of them, definitely.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
That's really cool. David Muir, the one thing about him, he used to be on the Insomniac News overnights. That's how we started watching him, probably getting up to go to work, right? He has never changed the way he sits at that desk.
No, my gosh. I know, the hand like this.
He's always got one, like the hand on the table. The two, well, I guess like the two hands almost kind of face each other, but they're just on the desk. I don't know if it's like he has maybe he has busy hands and he has to leave them on the desk.
Maybe.
Or he, you know what I mean? It's like, it almost looks like punishment.
Yeah, seriously. Although, like a baseball player, batter never changes his stance, so maybe that's his new stance, like his praying
Looks
mantis.
like he's gonna come right through the screen.
Yeah, he does. And I mean, I really like him. Like, I think he's good, but I can't. And I mention it probably if we do sit and I've probably 3 or 4 times over the year we've watched it, and every time I mention it to Beth, she goes, "I know you said that before."
But it's worth mentioning again.
Yeah,
I'm just
because how? Yeah, because how does he do that?
15 years he's been sitting like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time.
Like, okay, Dave.
Very good. So I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Weather's going to be cooperative. Might be rainy. Isn't that interesting? That's okay. 45, 50. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Good travels. I'll take it.
Today's the busiest travel day of the year, I think.
And they said too that there may not be a white Christmas. I don't know that there may be like a few spots that have a white Christmas, but storms are not supposed to be a factor, at least not snowstorms, travel wise, people not getting stuck on interstates travel wise. So
I think we need to evolve from a white Christmas. That's so like 1940s. It's 2023. We don't need a white Christmas.
Climate change.
Yeah.
All right. Let's fix this.
Pretty soon we're going to be hoping for a white 4th of July. Everything's just kind of shifting.
Just shifts a little bit.
Snow fireworks. Yeah.
I know. So anyway, yes. And Lori, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas, all you guys. Thanks for joining with us.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
We will.
To roll out the end of the year.
Perfect. Well, you guys have a great weekend. Rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast. Share with your friends. Safe travels. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic weekend. See you guys later. See you Tuesday.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.